first of all, I have to say it's always really difficult for us to find the title for the album. Anyway, it's always difficult even to find the title for each song. But for an album, it's even more difficult. There were a few options we had. The album title, and we also had some idea for the album cover. And we just realized, hey, actually, One Man Army would be perfect title also for the album. And the weird thing is, the original title for One Man Army, the song, wasn't One Man Army, but it was something totally different. So kind of pieces just clicked together. First came the name for the song, I was like, oh shit, this is actually a really good name for the album. And for me it means that even though it's good to be surrounded by good people and everybody needs, we are like herd animals, human beings. But still, I think it's really important that every man can stand on their own feet. And if there comes a time when it's you against the world, you can still be there, standing strong. Say, fuck you all. We've done quite a few albums already with this lineup. And of course, so much touring and spending so much time together. It has really made us really close friends. Well, it's like a marriage of 5 people. That's what people say about bands anyway. I think the only difference, the whole method is still pretty much the same. Somebody brings an idea and we arrange it together as a band. That's the beauty of how Ensiferum does music. It takes a lot of time. We have total democracy, even though Markus is the founder of the band. If majority likes something, then we keep it. But I can't remember any situation that there would have been like a fight or something inside the band. We always end up seeing things from the other person's point of view. I think that's something that has become stronger during these years. That if somebody says that I have this vision of this part, you know, even though, at least for me, for example, as a bass player, I always say when I bring ideas, they are made with an axe, and then I give it to guitar players who take their small knives and make it a beautiful.
Sure.
If you understand the metaphor.
Yes.
So it goes for everyone. Nowadays we understand and trust each other much more. If somebody says, I have this idea, believe me, this will work out, let's do it this way. And in the studio, everybody can say, yes, that was a right decision to do. I think that has changed. Nowadays we trust each other much more. But on the other hand, if somebody has really strong vision in the beginning, like a song Heat and Horn, when Markus brought the ideas to rehearsal room, I think that was the song that was the most complete. It was really clear that, okay, we tried a few things, but it was really obvious, okay, this is really straightforward. It's a chanting song. And and Markus had a really clear vision about that, and it's pretty much as it was delivered to us. Okay. Yeah, that was a big change. Like you said, we've done, well, the whole career that Ensiferum has made album in Spinefarm. And one thing has to be made clear, we are still good friends with Spinefarm, no bad blood. So there was no that kind of drama why we chose to change the label. The way I see this whole album, it was well, fresh start sounds kind of corny because we're so old geezers. But anyway, it was like a new start in a way. You know, we had new management who came kind of in between the albums, so this was like their first chance to really show what they can do, and well, kind of new method. Well, anyway, a little bit about the composing thing, a little bit differently, the whole recording process and doing things quite differently in studio, and also changing the album cover, dude, and it just felt natural to try something new in many ways, because even though Spinefarm did a lot of good work, also inside the well, a Spine Farm is part of Universal nowadays. It's been for quite a long time. There are a lot of changes inside Spine Farm, and well, we had few offers from few labels, and it was on some US tour we met Metal Blade guys, and there's certain kind of spark.
Yeah.
Immediately, and the feeling now that we made the decision to deal with them, it's absolutely correct. It was perfect choice because it's so nice to have people really have this enthusiasm. Yeah, and really putting a lot of effort to it, and it feels really good. And even though the one thing I was scared, what I really liked about Spine Farm was that the office was in Helsinki. You know, I could just go there for a cup of coffee and talk business and also like talk bullshit. It was really nice. It was really like friendly relationship with them. Because Metal Blade main headquarters in the States, of course, they are also in Germany.
Germany, yes.
Yeah. So that was a little bit my concern because I was we'd be mainly in contact with the US guys in the beginning, in the first. So I was kind of worried. Okay, how the information and how everything's gonna work? But it was so cool. It's an email. 5 minutes you have a response. Wow, it's like fucking 3 a.m. in there. It was really cool. And on this tour we met in person. It's always so different, you know, email with people and actually meet. On this tour we met the guys from German. No way, so cool. And again, the same thing happened, that the guys were so excited about it and full of ideas. I can reveal that you know, we had an idea for a new DVD for 5 years maybe, something like that. And we even shoot the material for it, and we had like really good, I don't want to say story, but like a theme for the whole DVD. And Spine Farm was in the beginning, they were like, okay, let's do it, but a few years passed because we toured a lot, so we couldn't find a perfect place to do it. And eventually they were like, actually nobody buys DVDs anymore. So, but now we talk with Metal Blade, of course we're gonna do DVD. So I think we're gonna do a DVD at some point, maybe next year. Actually, Gyula was, I think it was our manager who actually recommended him for us, hooked us up. We checked out work from a few artists, and his works were just something that instantly got our attention. And again, I have to say that there's nothing drama between us and Necrolord. He's a great artist, but it was really nice to work with Gyula. It was the first time we can actually, you know, interact between. With Necrolord, it was just send him ideas. A few months ago, you hear nothing from him, and then he just sends the painting. Took him wrong. It has worked really well. He has done excellent covers. But like I said earlier, it was like a new start. We want to do things a little differently, you know, try new stuff. Okay. And again, it was so cool. We met Gyula for the first time, the cover artist in Budapest. It was really good. He's such a kind person. And, he did an excellent job. Well, the way I see it, you know, others might think totally differently, but the way I think that this is pretty much the sound we've been trying to achieve since From Afar. You know, that was the first time we had orchestrations. Like on our album, on From Afar, we totally overdid it. I mean, there are so many details that you can't even hear because there's too many tracks going on. Orchestrations and dozens of guitars, 100 layers of vocals, and just too much. On Unsung Heroes, we cut it down a lot. But we wanted to do even more back to the roots sound, if you know what I mean. And we had a meeting with Anssi Kippo even before pre-production thingies, and he understood it. And we went to his studio and he played some stuff he recorded earlier, and he had mixed digitally, and afterwards he had mixed it analog stuff, just to amuse himself, because he's an excellent guy who lives from music and for music, and the difference was huge. So we're like, okay, we're gonna do analog stuff as much as possible, and there are parts on new album where it's only like 2 guitars, left and right. Yeah. That's something that rarely is being done nowadays. It's normal to have like 10 guitars, have like really like the wall of guitar, which is cool. It totally fits certain kind of things. But if you have like folk instruments, orchestrations, stuff going on, then too much stuff, and you can't even hear anything. So it's kind of
I agree.
Less is more. That's something that we learned, but that was for this album. I don't know. The next album, we already have some plans to again go a little bit different direction. So. From real life, mostly. Of course, I read a lot. I like movies, and I think the Scandinavian mythology is always there. It's kind of present there, always in the back of our heads, because it's so much in the culture. But mainly, it actually comes from real life, and the idea. They're like 2 words for each song. The very idea might come from something totally different than the actual lyrics look outside. But that's what I really like about writing stuff for Ensiferum, because Ensiferum has so strong theme going on, this medievalish fantasy, Viking, whatever. But on the other hand, Western, kind of heroic thing. So it's really cool to try to find new metaphors, especially in English.
For real life.
Yeah, and especially in English, because it's not native language. It's always a big challenge. So that it wouldn't be just repeating the same things over and over again. But luckily, this was again something that Metal Blade helped a lot. I sent them lyrics and they proofread it, and then I also it was so cool to ask their opinions from okay, can I bend the English grammar a little bit? Is this okay? Artistic. In poems also they are not perfect grammar, and they go yeah. That's good. But get like a confirmation from somebody who really speaks English. Say that's totally understandable. No worries. It really helps. The most. Well, I know because I've talked about Markus, and when I get to know him, they just released Iron album then, and that was the first time I met him. We went to a bar. He was actually working in Spine Farm and gave me a ride to studio to record a band called Rapture's album. And we went to a bar, and I know Iron Maiden, Dark Tranquillity, Metallica, the basic stuff. They had huge influence. But obviously, folk music, Scandinavian and Irish folk music are also kind of cornerstones. But I really like the fact that the older we get, the more we explore, and it was so cool that we played 2 short acoustic shows in Finland in this record store, and after the show 4 songs, but anyway. In Helsinki, Janne bought Beatles vinyl. I was like, yes, this is what I love, this band. And it's not so true metal, we are definitely listening to so much different kind of stuff. For example, I have in my car Blues Brothers soundtrack. That's one of the most listened in my car, and that's probably why Rawhide ended up as a bonus song. I really like the song. But I like Björk, for example, very much. I would love to see her live. She has cancelled at least 2 shows in Finland that I had ticket already. No, she cancelled one, and the other one we ended up having a gig on the same day. But what else? Well, from the genre, I really love Moonsoro, and
Me too.
and to, of course, all bands have great stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like Finnish Road, Scorpion, they all do their stuff so well. But honestly, what I have my phone or what I listen when I'm jogging or something, definitely Moonsoro too.
Yes.
I really love Jotunheim. It's one of the best songs they made.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And also old stuff. Voimasta ja kunniasta album. It's something I always when we play with Moonsoro.
Each album of them by them is great.
Yes,
So.
I agree. I think it's the band itself. I don't think anyone in the band wants to keep repeating. I think we have the ambition to keep doing stuff better and explore new things. And I think that we're kind of just getting there. At least the way I see it, we're now getting to be more brave to new stuff. And I think it's only natural from us. We don't have to really try to do something differently. I think it comes from naturally because each album reflects certain period of time in our lives and band's evolution. So, of course, new things happen in everybody's life, and you get different feelings, and you read new stuff, you experience new stuff, you meet new people, and you can learn. And I think that's music is expressing yourself.
Yeah, sure.
So it's only natural that it becomes something different. And again, I have to say, I personally we have listened to a lot of AC/DC in the bus lately. So, they are pretty much the same from the beginning until end, but still it's AC/DC. And I have to say, this is we have just broke one of the rules we have in the tour bus. We usually have a rule that no music that has a distorted guitar.
Yeah.
It actually makes the whole tour bus life much more interesting. Depending who's DJ, there might be Lady Gaga or some folk music coming out.
Yeah, sure. So we are at the end of the interview.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you want to say something to the Italian audience and our audience, now you can. Really.
All right. If you haven't heard the new album, please check it out. It's awesome. How modest of me. And I don't know, summer is coming. Hope to see you on some festival and enjoy life and stay metal.